It's showtime at Homestead, Miami.
Andre Baranowskis at the line, steals it in the Indy 250.
Morgan to Baxter's in trouble, there they go. Gordon to the wall, jumps right around.
Side by side on the final lap, coming to the checkered flag.
Steve Morgan, the last lap pass, and the victory in Las Vegas.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 12 in season number 5 of the NOFSRL Turkey Hills Series, and for the first time ever in the Turkey Hills Series, and also for the first time on Napa Fan, we're going to Martinsville under the lights. It's going to be one heck of a weekend here in the NOFSRL. We got 3 Martinsville night races, and all starts here on Thursday night with the Turkey Hills Series, Norfolk Southern 300. 60 laps of action around this half-mile paperclip oval in Martinsville, Virginia. And we're really looking forward to seeing how this one plays out. And Trey, it's the first time we've ever gone to the Martinsville Speedway in the Turkey Hills Series. How do you think these guys are going to handle it, especially under the lights for the first time ever?
Well, Napa, they always say the nighttime is the right time. No matter what type of series we're in for stock car racing, night racing is always fun. These cars in practice, they were sliding around as the track has become hot and slick. And it's definitely going to be a fun race, and especially with these high downforce, lower horsepower Turkey Hill Series cars that they run. We're definitely in for a good show here at the Martinsville Speedway, the paperclip in Southern Virginia.
It'll be a good one, no doubt about it. We got Trey Wright, Nathan Stapleton, and for the first time ever, Angel Oliveira going to help us call the race here from the Martinsville Speedway. It's going to be interesting. Don't exactly know how it's going to play out for these guys. We're probably going to see a few wrecks. There's also going to be a scheduled pit stop here tonight as well, so lots of variables here from the Martinsville Speedway. This is a lineup in the championship standings after 11 races. Josh King still holds on to the points lead. 330 points towards the championship for him. Parker Smith is 20 points behind. Then Jacob Hammond, 42 points behind. Clark McKee, 51 points behind. And John Andrews, 52 points behind coming into tonight's event. I'll go through the top 10, and we'll get these guys to roll off and send it down to Trey, Nathan, and Angel for the call of the Norfolk Southern 300. At the number 99 of Edwin Mendez starting on the pole position for Mark Davidson Racing. That single car team has struggled a little bit this season, but they have a good shot at possibly winning here tonight. Seth Cole in the 79 starting on the outside pole. We got Igor Barreto and Angel's team right here with Dylan Young in the 48 machine starting in the 4th position. Young. Christopher Alphaby in the 19 alongside Dale Salzman in row number 3. John Andrews and the 21 of Ryan Benjamin. Then you got Zach DeLello and our points leader, Josh King, in the 41. Get these guys to roll off and set it down to Trey Wright, Nathan Stapleton, and Angel Oliveira for the call of the Norfolk Southern 300 from Martinsville.
Thank you, Napa Fan. Guys, before they take the green flag tonight, who are your picks to win this race? Let's start with you, Nathan.
Well, Martinsville, it is a short track, and at most short tracks, track position is key. So I think anyone in the top 10 has a realistic shot. But I'm going to go with the number 2 of Amigo Barreto to get the W here tonight.
What about you, Angel? Who do you think is going to win tonight?
Tonight, go to my company guy, number 68 of the Chuck E. Cheese machine, Dale Young.
All right.
I love Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the guy starting on the outside pole, Seth Cole. He definitely knows his way around here. The lights are out. The flagman is waving that flag in the air. We're green at the paperclip.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Seth Cole got a great jump on that outside lane over Edwin Mendez. He's already held himself to a 1.5 car length lead. Seth Cole coming off of turn 4 will lead lap number 1.
And Seth Cole always has a 2 or 3 car length gap over second place. Track position is going to be very important, and for Seth Cole, like you said, he definitely knows how to get around this paperclip all the way with a sizable lead.
Sorry. Don't forget my daughter, Dylan Young. In the Chuck E. Yeah, Chuck E. also sponsored in the Chicken Cup series for someone else.
Indeed it is. As you can see, the field is already spread out, and another thing that's going to play into this race, lap traffic. Lap traffic can be caught very easily here as the 79 continues to have a clinic on this field. Seth Cole rounding turn 2 onto the back straightaway.
All right. Seth Cole. How? Okay. You know, I don't know how it works.
Seth Cole continues to lead over Edwin Mendez. I have a feeling that we're going to catch lap traffic within the next 10 laps or so. Not really. Jacob Hammond, winner of 2 weeks ago race at Talladega, he's battling for the shotgun position with the 82 of Christian Vargas. It looks like Hammond's going to win that battle, and Vargas is going to go back. Meanwhile, back up front as we go through the field, a lot of side-by-side racing. But for the most part, everybody is pretty much strung out, nearly 3 wide there between Owen Miles, the 44, and the 9. But for the most part, everyone is pretty spread out, single file racing. Is Igor Barreto, Nathan Spick, he is taking the not the top spot, the second to top spot, as Edwin Mendez, he's trapped on that outside lane. The outside lane here in Martinsville, it doesn't really work as, Edwin Mendez is a prime example of that. He's already fallen back to third place.
Oh man, look at my driver.
And actually, the 99 must have some right side damage.
98. Sorry,
On that
98
car.
of my Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh yeah, 90.
Yeah.
Edwin Mendez, he may have smacked the wall. And aerodynamics, it's not a huge deal at the Martinsville Speedway, but it definitely does help you. And Mendez, he's finally on that inside lane. But a tough break for the pole sitter of this race, all the way back in P5 right now. So tough break early on for him. But if he stays in that position and maybe plays some strategy on the pit stop, he'll have a good race. Meanwhile, Seth Cole is putting an absolute clinic on these guys, and we're coming towards to complete 10 laps of the scheduled 60-lap distance.
All right. And look at what we have offer right now. A top 3 right now. And the top one right up Dale Young. And look at that. I like what it's most of the hard track we had. But this is the first time ever we've been there and checking out series.
Listen, first time ever, and these guys are definitely putting on a show so far. You saw Christopher Alphaby had to get out of the gas there coming off of turn 2, and he's going to lose a couple car lengths to that 2 car. And as these guys become more spread out, the more they're going to catch lap traffic. Seth Cole continues to put the heat onto the 2 car. Oh, car on the wall. Car number 10, Nick Smith. Nick Smith just absolutely plays tonsil hockey with the outside wall. And he's got a lot of damage. He's got rear end damage to that 10 car.
Nick Smith crash.
You just
He's gonna go. And he's gonna go straight to last place. But one thing that I'm noticing is that Seth Cole,
top break to my team, Angel Racing.
He did have over a 2-second gap, but now I think the tires are starting to fall off and even out. And now the 2 of Barreto is slowly closing in to Seth Cole.
He gained 2/100ths of a second on that last lap. Let's see what the intervals are going to be here. Oh, we have a crash!
Oh my god! Upside down and
Oh
the leaders
my
have to be careful
god!
coming through this. Seth Cole's gonna squeak by. Barreto's gonna squeak by. The 63 of Jonathan Logan was upside down. Vargas is in it. The 11 of Landon Smith Jr. was in it. I don't think I've ever seen a car upside down in Martinsville before.
me neither.
Yeah.
And you know what,
That's
this is gonna
definitely
be
a first.
perfect time. Perfect time for everyone to pit as well.
NASCAR, yeah.
Indeed it is.
Sorry.
I have no idea what happened there, but hey, first time the Turkey Hills Cup Series.
Oh,
So,
Turkey Hill is messed up right now.
and, first time for a flip at Martinsville. Oh boy.
So, that's
Jonathan.
not the
Dunk
last
as
race.
Nathan aforementioned, definitely the best, most opportune time for these guys to get pit stops. As you can see, Seth Cole coming to their pit stops. Edwin Mendez, he's going to be on pit road for extended period of time.
And will Seth Cole win the race off of pit road? Oh,
Oh,
no,
Christopher
no.
Alphabet. Alphabet plays a strategy game. I believe he took
Wow.
tires. He was pretty
Wow.
deep in the field. Actually, not so
Wow,
deep.
good.
I think he was P4.
I
For
know
Alphabet,
Dylan Young
Alphabet will come out
from
first.
my
Dylan
team
Young
in the
comes out
racing.
second. A couple of drivers playing the strategy game early on here in the Norfolk Southern 300, but we'll have to see what happened to bring out that caution here in the Norfolk Southern 300 to flip over the 63 of Jonathan Logan. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
We're running along from the vantage point of the 63. Clark McGee in the 28 just barely hooks Jonathan Logan. Just going down the front straightaway, and watch this hit. McGee pancakes the inside wall, and there goes Jonathan Logan upside down.
Jonathan
A full
Logan passed.
revolution, and then bam, rear end first right into the outside wall. Flips the 96. They stack up behind him. Zane Smith in the 8, Bobo Jones in the 73, Jacob Hammond on the inside. And then right there, you see the 82, Christian Vargas, rear end, Landon Smith Jr. in the 11. Nick Smith gets more damage to the 10 car.
Ooh.
5.
Nah, happy with that.
Alex Bonsignor gets a little bit of rear end damage. And Seth Cole, they barely squeak by. The leaders are able to just break in time. That was a nasty accident right there, ladies and gentlemen. I've never seen that at a track like Martinsville, especially. We'll have to go watch the full-time replay.
And as you can see, they just got stuck together. They were going to go 3 wide, but they couldn't even make it to turn 1. Violent impact, upside down instantly, and just causes a massive stack up. Not that many people were involved, but a couple people that might have had a shot, and actually Seth Cole got a little piece of it. Maybe that's why that he was slow on the pit stop, but unfortunately a wild flip for the 63 of Jonathan Logan.
Indeed it was, and I think a couple other guys got damaged because McGee was right perpendicular to the racing surface, and a couple other guys got some cosmetic damage, not car race threatening, but it could affect some people that they could become lap down cars more rapidly than others. But saw a couple guys play the strategy game. Christopher Alphabet and Dylan Young, they have rolled the dice early, and let's see if it pays off. Back to the restart here in the Norfolk Southern 300. Back here at the Martinsville Speedway here in Southern Virginia, the paperclip. You can see a bunch of people in the stands enjoying a hot dog. Martinsville hot dog on a hot summer night, or a hot spring night, as when we're recording this. Drivers involved: Clark McGee, Nick Smith, Landon Smith Jr., Christian Vargas, Jonathan Logan, and the 96 of Voiles. They are all out of the race. Actually, no, Nick Smith, he is still in the race, but 1 lap down. He could easily catch up as we're into the restart zone. Barney the flagman is waving the flag, and we're back to racing here at the Martinsville Speedway. Oh, and
Whoa.
Young, he wheel hops it going into the corner, and Seth Cole goes alongside of him. Oh man, Dylan Young, rookie mistake, and John Andrews, he's going to try and take advantage of the 79 being on the high side.
Man.
That is not what Dylan Young needed, nor Seth Cole, and I think Seth Cole is going to get the short end of the stick on that deal.
Same me, but yeah, making mistake. That's how he ruined his race.
Yeah, Christopher Alphabet's going to be scooting away. Meanwhile, John Andrews moves up his position.
Oh, a couple calls
of new cars on pit road. Then Smith, the 88, the 35 of Jake Rogers, and a couple guys on pit road. And they are going to play factors to be lap traffic. Not as problematic as at a track at maybe Talladega or Daytona or something like that, but they're definitely going to be playing factors. It's going to be going a lot slower than some of these other guys.
One thing I would like to point out, sorry to interrupt, that is Josh King, our points leader, who has just come down the pit lane as well. He's going to go a lap down, and he is deep in the field.
Yeah, so Josh King, our points leader, not having a good day. Meanwhile, Christopher Alphabet continues to pull away. If you're on the lead, you definitely have clean air. And clean air at a track like Martinsville is definitely pretty friendly.
And for Seth Cole, once he wheel hopped, everyone like 5 or 6 cars right behind him, they did the same exact thing. So I don't know if that was all because they wanted to follow Seth Cole, or if they all wheel hopped at the same time. But unfortunately for Seth Cole, the dominant car of the night before the first caution came out. But now, no one's really been able to have a 2.5 second gap like Seth Cole did, and it's pretty close right now.
Indeed it is. Christopher Alphaby continues to lead. He has almost a second lead over Dylan Young. Meanwhile, John Andrews, he continues to try and reel in the 48. Seth Cole is relegated back to the 4th position. Edwin Mendez, and shout out to the 37. Haven't talked about Logan Williams yet today. He's rounds out the top 6. And Igor Barreto 7th. The 9 car of Hunter Blade 8th. 66 last week's winner. Trey Smith 9th, and then rounding out the field is a 30. Rounding out the top 10 is a 39 of Josh Williamson. You look through the field, you can see the 64 got some more damage. Looks like 22 of Jordan Lopez scraped the wall coming off of turn 4, and he's going to go wide. And pretty calm here at the Martinsville Speedway. It's calm before the storm.
And who knows, we could see another flip. Anything can happen at Martinsville. But right now, what I'm kind of seeing that it's almost like a mile of racing, because it's slipping and sliding in the turns, and it's like 3 different grooves at some points. But right now, no one can challenge the 19 up front.
Indeed, no one has been able to challenge Christopher Alphaby. Dylan Young, he is closing a little bit. He gained a 1/10 of a second. Cross flags this time by halfway through the Norfolk Southern 300 at the Martinsville Speedway. Christopher Alphaby continues to lead. Dylan Young, he is slowly but surely reeling in that 19 as a tire wear begins to be a factor. Hunter Blade, he goes in the outside wall. He gets a Martinsville stripe as Trey Smith and Josh Williamson attempt to pass. Dale Salzman will try and take advantage as Hunter Blade is relegated back to the 10th position.
And one thing that I can't believe that you said was a Martinsville stripe, but the way that these guys are racing off of turn 2 and turn 4, that's exactly what we are seeing. But the Hunter Blade get a crossover, and he's going to get that spot right back, and Josh Williamson might lose one more spot and get a double whammy.
It is. The high line is definitely not the preferred line to Martinsville Speedway, especially since this is a short track. If this was banked to 36 degrees like Bristol is, the high line would be one of the preferred lines, and not at a flat track like Martinsville. As Williamson goes wide again, he is stuck on that high groove. As a 21, Ryan Benjamin, he's going to try and reel in that 39 for 11th.
But right there, he actually worked the high side to his advantage, so maybe on the older tires it works out better than on new tires, but what we could see is lap traffic, because now you can see we are closing in fast on the tail end of the field.
Indeed we are, as Christopher Alphaby crosses the stripe to complete 36 of 60 laps. We have lap traffic ahead, and he is currently pulling away from Dylan Young, so Young definitely wants to see lap traffic in front of Christopher Alphaby. Possibly to use as a pick. Jordan Lopez, he's the first one on the chopping block for the lap traffic. Currently in the back of the pack position here at the Martinsville Speedway. And yeah, Christopher Alphaby, he is about 10 or 15 car lengths away from that 22, so it's definitely going to get interesting.
And right now for the Night King, he's actually picked it up a little bit, because it was to like maybe 6/10, but now it's up to 1 second.
While going through some of the damaged cars, Alex Bonsinger, he got some damage in that first incident. Our points leader, Josh King, as you can see, lap cars continue to catch rapidly. And Alphaby goes a little bit wide there.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, good, Angel. Connection issues happen all the time. Meanwhile,
Sorry.
John Andrews continues
I'm
to
what I
battle,
missed.
and here we go, lap traffic.
And I come here for right shot. Left shot.
Yep, lap traffic indeed. Jordan Lopez and Landon Smith Jr. blocking both lanes of traffic. Alphabee's gonna need to play this smart. We'll see the interval. It looks intervals here. It looks like he slowed down a little. Oh yes, he did.
Oh yeah, 5/10 of a second.
Catching that 19 rapidly, along with John Andrews. They are gonna try and see what they can do with these guys. Alphabet, he is not trying to catch up to them and pass them at all.
And the thing is, right now with them going side by side, the 19 can't get by unless he does that and take advantage of the 11 being passed by the 22 on the outside lane on the exit. And now the 11 is unfortunately going to go a lap down, and Dylan Young trying to also lane it in 3 and 4.
Yeah, so Alphabet now has the upper hand. He might be behind the 22, but now he has a possible pick for Landon Smith Jr. As yes, Jr. is going to go back up the racetrack in the front of Dylan Young. Young probably not too happy with the 11. And he's still on the outside, so Dylan Young's holding up... Landon Smith Jr. is holding up Dylan Young. Christopher Alphabet is scooting away from these guys.
You which draw it is. One judge minds.
Meanwhile, John Andrews, he's going to try and take advantage in a battle for second over Dylan Young, struggling to get around this 11 car. Well, Christopher Alphabet, he's got a bit of a barrier between him, a 1-car barrier, as we come to 16 laps to go. As John Andrews, he goes wide, extremely wide. He wheel hopped it through the corner, and that's going to lose him the podium spot, possibly, as Seth Cole charged into the inside. Gonna get him there. He's gonna barely clear him. And the 37 is gonna clear over the 99. Oh, looks like Mendez may have popped Williams in the back a little bit. A little bit of a old school chrome horn by those two drivers. Nothing that nobody here would not want to see. Meanwhile, Christopher Alphabet continues to pull away. He hasn't passed any more lap cars, but with that 11 Landon Smith Jr. between him and Dylan Young, he's definitely got the advantage as the laps keep winding down here at the Martinsville Speedway.
With less than 15 laps to go, I would say that if the 19 passes his fellow Mountain Dew car and gets another car in between himself and Dylan Young, well, maybe not, maybe Seth Cole. Where did Seth Cole come from? Now he's trying to take second away.
Yeah, if these guys continue to battle, but I think Seth Cole has the faster car. And Seth Cole will take the position over the 48. Meanwhile, John Andrews wheel hops it again. Contact with the 37! They're going to be doing a little beating and banging around the short track in Southern Virginia. Oh my! Excellent driving by both of those guys not to bring out a caution and set up a shootout here. But man, they were on each other like P&J on rye bread. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Oh boy.
Oh man.
Almost contact again.
That's the second lap in a row that John Andrews has nearly gotten dumped and run by a couple guys. As he is once again stuck on that outside lane. Meanwhile, Seth Cole gonna try and find a way. Alphabet goes wide. Landon Smith Jr. is gonna pass the 19 possibly. Seth Cole.
Man. I'm really happy if my team wins Bundy.
Seth Cole. Now the 19 has lost his protection. Seth Cole is less than a quarter of the car length away. Now the car length expands. Seth Cole, he's going to go wide a little bit. Here comes Dylan Young. 3 cars under the blanket here. As we have less than 10 laps to go in the Norfolk Southern 300. Seth Cole goes to the bottom of the racetrack.
Honestly, I think now since Seth Cole, what he probably did was that while they were fixing the damage, they probably went ahead and with a 4-tire stop, but the 19 didn't. And now Seth Cole is gone. Oh, the 19 tried doing a bump and run, but that's not going to work. And now Dylan Young's going to get to the inside and maybe get second.
It has the gamble unfortunately won't pay off for Christopher Alphaby. He's already dropping back. He's already to third place, and Mendez and the 37 of Logan Williams rapidly closing in on these guys. Meanwhile, Seth Cole back out front, and he win from the pole with only 6 laps to go.
He might be able to. He's been super strong, but these two guys, Dylan Young and Seth Cole, they're pretty good friends. They have a alliance with the NOFSRL and the NOFSRL. So I'm sure that they will race somewhat clean, but then again, it is Bristol and they want to win, as we might see a bump in one, but they keep it straight here at Martinsville. It's going to be a good old short track shootout. Less than 5 laps to go, now 4 laps to go.
Alphaby continues to fall back. Trey Smith will capitalize on his gamble not paying off as Seth Cole continues to ride around the racetrack. He's half a second in front of Dylan Young, coming to 3 laps to go at the Martinsville Speedway. And I think Seth Cole, unless he has a mechanical issue or severely wheel hops that as Trey Smith goes into the wall, I think Seth Cole has this race in the bag, as Alphaby trying to make up lost position.
Not so much. That's my team. Okay, one majority in the 48 of Del Young is chasing in Seth Cole.
But Seth Cole has been the dominant caller of the day, the fastest caller. But he's going to go a little bit wide, but still does Dylan Young.
1.5 laps to go as the round turns 3 and 4 for the second to last time. Young is there. Can he possibly do a bump and run? White flag in the air at the Martinsville Speedway. Can Seth Cole win?
He's going to do a perfect 1 and 2, but Dylan Young does close in. Seth Cole has to hit his mark in 3 and 4.
Young's going to need to drive it in deep. He's not going to be able to through turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag for the 79. Seth Cole wins it at the Martinsville Speedway.
Yeah, the 48. Del Young did second for my team in my debut at Tokyo Series as Contour.
Seth Cole takes the win. Second goes to, excuse me, Dylan Young. Third place, our pole sitter, Edwin Mendez. Fourth place, Christopher Alphaby. P5, Trey Smith. 6th is Igor Barreto. 7th is Logan Williams. 8th is John Andrews. 9th is Hunter Blade. And rounding out the top 10 is car 12 of Dale Salzman. A definitely interesting race here at the Martinsville Speedway. Seth Cole wins, if I'm not mistaken, for the first time in 2020 at the Talladega, not the Talladega Super Speedway, the Martinsville Speedway.
It's a little bit different. It's a
in
little
the
bit
last
different.
5 NR 2003 races I've commentated have been at Talladega.
It's a little
Oh
bit
my
different.
God,
Talladega,
Talladega.
that's all.
It's a
But
little
how about
like
that
a
race right there? That came down to the wire, surprisingly. And Seth Cole ends up with the race victory, but Nathan pointed it out there. He took 4 tires on the stop. I think Young and Alphaby only took 2. It wasn't that much of a factor, but it was enough for both those guys to lose the race lead. And Seth Cole gets it done at the paperclip. But I think one of the bigger stories, and we touched on it, I touched on it a little bit earlier on in the race, Josh King had to come down. He's going to finish a lap down in this race. 32nd. Parker Smith in the number 44, if I can find him, finished 25th. So he's not going to gain that much on Josh King, but King will lose a little bit of ground in the points battle. So it's going to be interesting to see how the points play out at the end of this one. But something I really noticed in this race, the tire wear came into effect. They closed in when they hit the lap traffic, and the race really got good when that happened. And we thought Alphaby was going to pull away with this thing, but that was not the case. Seth Cole with the best race car of the night, and he's going to pull away with the race victory. And I think the big reason why these guys weren't slipping up as much as we thought they were is because they have a much higher downforce on these cars than they do on the Chick-fil-A Cup Series machines. Tomorrow, they're going to be slipping and sliding. And that race is going to be fun for tomorrow night's STP Old Dominion 500, a 100-lap race here from the paperclip. How do you guys think that race is going to go tomorrow night?
That race is definitely going to be interesting. Higher horsepower, lower downforce. It's going to be like the old days of Martinsville. Not in the days where they were power sliding through the dirt laden corners, but it's definitely going to be a fun one. Tune in tomorrow afternoon for the SCP Old Dominion 500 at the Martinsville Speedway. It's going to be a great one, ladies and gentlemen.
Stay tuned for that race.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. Of course, not black, but I did get my first Chip Play Cup Series win at Martinsville, so who knows? Maybe we'll have another first time at Martinsville. It's gonna be really fun. Under the lights for the first time.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the STP Old Dominion 500. And we're looking forward to seeing how that one plays out. I think it's going to be just a little bit more wild than this race. But this was a good race here in Martinsville. And nice that they only had one wreck, even though it was a flip. But a lot of firsts tonight, as Trey mentioned. First time the Turkey Series has come to Martinsville. First night race in Martinsville. First flip at Martinsville. First time Seth Cole has won at Martinsville on Napa Fan. How about that? First win of the season for Seth Cole in the Turkey Hill Series, and the first win for Otter Island Motorsports in the Turkey Hill Series. So, a lot of firsts tonights here in a state where a lot of things started, Virginia. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching.
Finally, this is the first time I'm here.
Yeah, that too. I completely forgot that.
Yep.
I'm so sorry. This is the first time Angel Vera calling a race too. So many firsts. Man, I can't believe I forgot that. Oh boy. And here I am, heading into my last year of college, and I still can't figure stuff like that out. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Seth Cole on his race victory here from the Martinsville Speedway. And the next race for these guys in the Turkey Hill Series is going to be at the Indianapolis Raceway Park, part of Indy 250 week. Not next weekend, but the Tuesday after next weekend. So that's going to be a fun one there from that short track in Indiana. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Here are the points for the Turkey Hill Series. And thanks to Trey Wright, Nathan Stapleton, and Angel Rivera for calling the race tonight. They did a great job. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the STP Old Dominion 500 here from Martinsville in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. And I will see you guys later.